was a life I could have known, one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today. Times gone by, I've traded like dirt into clay. I thought my memories would end. One street over's now 1,000 miles away. When I close my eyes, I'm back to where I've been. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known, that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Good morning, Robertson County. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn Laverne, and yes, this is what we call One Street Over, an opportunity for you to hear what's happening one street over from where you live in. What's going on down the street? What are my neighbors up to? Those are questions that we want answered, and that's what we strive to do here on 1100 again, WSGI. I hope you're having a great day. Cold out there. You've been a little spoiled because we've had milder temperatures, and it seems that we've got some a colder blast of air that has moved through the area, and this morning basically colder blast, it's in the 20s, but you're going to have to get out and scrape those windows. If you don't have a garage and you have the car sitting outside, it's going to take you a little bit to warm it up and get it on the roadway. That was one of those things that, as a former traffic reporter, one of the things that we always caution people as they're going from fall into the colder weather to where you've got to have time to get out and scrape your windows, things that we all tend to forget to do in time. And then we get out and we want to rush out onto the roadway and we're looking through that little circle that we've scraped off the windshield, and then the cold air is blasting the windshield and it's causing it to frost up. It is just incredibly unsafe. I mean, that's common sense. Of course it is, but all of us have done it at one time or another. I have. I'm one of the worst because I run around like a chicken with my head cut off most of the time, and people know that about me and know that I'm a little scattered, but nonetheless, take an extra minute. Make sure that you're giving yourself some time to get out and warm those cars up and get on the roadway. Now, what we got going on today? Jamie NIxon is a little under the weather, but we want to be consistent with you getting sports on Thursday mornings. He's going to be joining us via phone here in just a minute. He's going to give us a call. So we're going to talk to him just about some of the basketball action going on and, of course, recapping football, those kinds of things. We're going to check in with him. And then we're also going to check in with Brian and Tiffany from United Way, our nonprofit bridge builders to the community. And so we've got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about, and it's our Thursday regular guests that are coming up, and we want you to get accustomed to that. As we move forward with this sports feature that we're doing, you know, I think that Jamie's going to always be reaching out into the other schools. Of course, he's with East Robertson. I'm with Greenbrier. I'm a Greenbrier Bobcat now, and we want to make sure all the schools are properly represented. So he's going to work really hard to get that done and to bring people in. And he brought Jim in last week it was week before, because last week was, wow, Last Thursday was Thanksgiving, y'all. Goodness. Man, time goes so fast. Hey, happy December, by the way. And this is a big month for me. This is the month I turned 60. I don't know. It's crazy. My boss is coming in here to get that microphone out of my face. I knew you were going to do that, boss. All right. But anyway, we are excited about December, myself, and also Tommy Marsh, too. I don't know if you guys have gotten to know Tommy. I've got guests coming in a little bit, LU at the bottom of the hour. But Tommy Marsh is another one. He's turning 60 on Tuesday, and he's throwing himself a birthday bash. Go and follow Tommy Marsh. He is going to be playing on Saturday night, throwing a little at Papa Murphy's. Or no, what is it? I can't remember the name of it. Papa Turney's, I think, is what it's called. And it's a barbecue place out in Mount Juliet. So I think my husband and I may pop in and celebrate with him just as well. But happy December, y'all. And as we wait for Jamie to give us a call, you can go ahead and call us, Jamie, if you're paying attention. And there he is, right on cue, just like we planned it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Jamie, for calling in this morning. How are you doing? Jamie, you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Works like a charm. I love it. Jamie NIxon from NIxon Pro Media is with us this morning, and he is our sports guy here at 1100 WSGI. And so, whenever everybody's been under the weather. I came home from Thanksgiving sick. It was just, it's been something with everybody's had something going on. So I was not surprised at all when you called and said, I don't know if I can do this in the morning. And I'm like, we can do this on the phone. So, because we want people to consistently know this is when they can find out about sports here in Robertson County.
Gotcha. Well, appreciate you making these accommodations.
Absolutely. It's our pleasure. So with all that said, my first question is, as soon as I got you on the phone this morning, I said, well, we need to have a football, a recap. We need to touch on what's going on with basketball, because I know we canceled the Greenbrier game on Tuesday because of weather, and I'm guessing that it was throughout the county. And then I found out we've got big basketball games that are important to me and you. So just what say you, my friends? Update us.
Well, Tuesday we were supposed to have a home game, our first home game against Richland, and they called and wanted to postpone that game due to the weather that may be coming in. And of course we got some storms that night, but luckily we dodged anything major. But I know that they didn't want to have kids on school buses coming back late at night, and so they were just being precautionary about that. So we postponed our game on Tuesday, as did a lot of other different schools. And at first I thought it was due to sickness, because there's a lot of schools that are had talked about this past week of closing down a couple of days to kind of curtail the spread of this sickness that's going around. So, but no, it was weather, and so that means our next game is going to be tomorrow night, and we're on the road, and it's a home game for Greenbrier. So big basketball game happening here in Robertson County tomorrow night, as the Indians will travel to play the Bobcats.
Oh yeah, I'm telling you, that's a big deal. I know that's my guys now. I got one of the ball players in one of my classes, so very excited about that. So what's supposed to happen? Or who's got to? That's a really hard question considering you're at East Robertson. But how are the teams matched? There's a better question. What kind of a matchup should we expect?
Well, it's always a hard-fought game. It's always teams that there's some familiarity with these kids growing up. They never want to lose to each other. I think that's one great thing about our county, is that these kids kind of know social media keeps them close even after they get older and they stop playing the junior pro and the rec league kind of stuff together. But when it gets in high school, of course, they have the ability to stay close and stay talking and keep up with both teams. Of course, East coming off the state championship team a season, losing their biggest player, Taylor Groves, but also at the same time having Sean Groves and Elijah Groves and Isaiah Groves, the three Groveses that was in football. They're playing basketball with Mason Edson, also a returning senior that was on that team last year as a junior, who was a sharpshooter. So the Indians still have a lot of firepower. Still really long on defense, still super fast, like to play up and down the floor. And it'll be one of those games where that one team is going to want to impose their style of basketball on the other one, and whichever one's successful at doing that and making shots is going to be the team that.
You kept saying that name Groves, and maybe you've mentioned this before. Are they all related? Are they siblings? What's the story on that?
Those three that I mentioned. There's another one that's a freshman. He's 6'4". He will see some playing time later on this year. All of them played football. There, Zach Groves, Xavion Groves. Zach Groves, Isaiah, and Elijah. They're all brothers.
Okay.
And then Sean is a cousin, and Xavion is a cousin.
Okay, fun. Okay. Well, I figured there had to be some kind of a connection, and you see big families. I mean, look at my family. We're all huge. I don't know. Did you happen to get on social media and see the picture I put up of my sons with my nephews in Kentucky? Did you see that?
I did not.
I'll have to show you that. We haven't had them together in a while, all together like that. And so we had them just in my mother's kitchen, standing across the kitchen, kind of shoulder to shoulder, and a couple tucked in, kind of in the back of the line. And I put it up on social media, and the shortest person in that picture was 6'2". And there was one that was 6'10". So, it was just a fun thing. When you see these families that got this size, it tends to run in the family. And so, that name, whenever you mention that, I kind of want to check those guys out. I guess I can see them tomorrow when they come to Greenbrier, huh?
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah, definitely. And then, and of course, I don't want to take anything away from the girls' games. I know somebody might be able to chime in to talk a little bit about the Greenbrier girls. And what is happening this year. I know that they're always tough. I know that they are an up and down physical team, always very well coached. And this year, Kenyatta Perry out there at East Robinson, he's going to have a little bit shorter of a lineup, smaller in size, but these girls very athletic, can shoot the ball really well. We have two sophomores who are returning, and they were starters as freshmen out of Bernard and Pennington, who scored a lot of points for the Indians last year, and looking for a lot of output from them. And I believe this year our starting five slated the other night was going to be all sophomore, 4 sophomores and 1 senior, and that lone senior is Macy Phelps, and she brings a lot of leadership into the Lady Indians team there at the point guard position. So we're looking for a lot of good things from her there. To keep a season that was, pretty decent season last year. They just had some games that didn't go their way, and we're really young, and we're still really young. And there is a Groves on that team, Kyla Groves. She's a sophomore. She's making her return after setting out last year, and really strong physical basketball player. One of the most physical basketball players I've seen in a long time, and I love watching her play.
Outstanding. Well, I just appreciate so much covering this game for us tomorrow night, and keeping us posted. Now, do you do just football, or do you do basketball too? You just cover football.
I will be live. Anybody who's wanting to watch this game can go to East Robertson Athletics on Facebook, and they can watch the game. But I also believe that Jim Sorrells and his counterpart will be streaming it live. Voice of the Bobcats. You can check their information there on Voice of the Bobcats on Facebook as well. And it's one of those things where I really strive our hardest not to be homers. We try to call the game the way that we see it. I take pride in giving credit where credit is due. When other teams are better, play better, I will say that. I think that was one of the ongoing things from every opposing team that we had in football this year. We got a lot of messages telling us thank you for all that we did and how good the broadcast was. And so we want to make this where all kids involved are getting their are getting their due.
Yeah.
That they're getting their time to shine. It's not a platform for us to critique coaching, critique fans, critique officials. It's a time for us to try to bring quality basketball to people who can't make it out, and through that we have sponsors, and we just try to give our sponsors a good value. We want people to watch, so we don't want a lot of people talking negative about the broadcast.
Absolutely. Talking with Jamie NIxon. He's with NIxon Pro Media. And before we go ahead and go to a break, why don't you tell people how they can get in contact with NIxon Pro Media? We appreciate you giving your time to this program. Let's go ahead and plug what you do.
No problem. Nixon Pro Media. I can do anything digital marketing. Basically, we are a one-stop marketing agency. We do specialize in the digital side of it, the social media marketing, as well as developing, building, branding, websites, and your company. So you can find us at NixonPro.com. That's NIxonPro.com.
Very good, and y'all check him out, and he'll continue to have the conversation with us. After we finish the break, we'll go all the way up to 7:30. We're expecting Brian PUlley and Tiffany Thomson in here, and they're going to update us on all things United Way. Now, I need to update you on all things Corbin Creek Greenhouse Gifts and Gardening Center. I had a chance to visit with Amy just the other day. I had to restock my CBD supply because I have arthritis, and I've already had. I'm turning 60, as I have said, and I'm going to continue to talk about 2 weeks. No, is it just a week? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah, a week from today. But anyway, so I'm about to turn 60. I have arthritis, and if I want to continue to stay mobile, my hip replacement doctor, Dr. Jeffrey Hodrick up at Southern Joint Replacement, told me, he said, you really ought to look into CBD. And until that time, I thought it was snake oil. I thought everybody was pushing it. I thought this is the latest network marketing thing. I'm not interested. Leave me alone. But then when my doctor I respect tells me, you need to really check this out, I'm going, okay, I guess I need to check this out. But I don't know where to go and check it out. Well, come to find out, the Corbins, they have CBD products that are produced from plants grown right here in Robertson County. They even make the salves and things that they sell right there in the house. She and Miss Jane. I love Miss Jane. I went by there and, again, stopped up on my CBD, but also, I got me a couple of pot holders she made. I got me another bowl cozy for my microwave. And if you don't have one of those, when you make soups in the winter, you put your soup bowl in there, you stick it in the microwave, so when you take it out, it doesn't burn your hands. It's fabulous. And then I also got me one of Miss Jane's handmade aprons with Christmas trees on it for the holidays. So, go by and see what they have. In the lines of gifts. They got all kinds of great gifts. They do have, of course, things for your house. You can go into the greenhouse and pick out some house plants. Succulents are always a great, great choice to bring life into your house, something that I have a hard time killing even. So go and check out Corbin Creek. Their hours always adjust during the cold weather right now. The best thing to do is find them on Facebook, and you'll find them by going to Corbin Creek Greenhouse and Gifts. Follow them there, and they'll keep their hours posted. Right now, they're working 10 to 4, Monday through Saturday, and then on Sunday, they're there from 1 to 4. So those are the hours. You'll see those adjust again as we get on into the colder weather, but Amy always says, just give her a call if you need to get in touch with her, and she will meet you, do whatever she needs to do to help you out. That number is 615-384-3185, 615-384-3185, and when you talk to them, of course, always tell them that U-Turn sent you, and Mr. Jamie Nixon is on the phone, and we're going to continue our conversation right here on One Street Over. What else do you think we need to cover? Now, you're going to be in here for, what can we expect Monday? Are you bringing a guest, or is it just you and me?
No, I believe Blaine is going to, from the Connections, always going to try to join us on Mondays for the hour show. So because he has all the knowledge, and he can update us at the first of the month on everything that's kind of going on, and then he can also give us a recap. But one of the things I want to talk about is, of course, both of our football teams were eliminated the Friday before Thanksgiving, and so now those teams, the team that I didn't keep up with the team that eliminated Springfield, but the team that eliminated us, Tyner, they are playing for the state championship, and more than likely they're going to win. A very good football team, very athletic, led by a senior quarterback who can, for lack of better words, can just flat out play the game, and he did a phenomenal job. Our boys fought really hard. We matched up pretty well. Some things just didn't go our way, and had a phenomenal season, making it to the third round of the playoffs, further than we've ever made it before. So it was a history-making season. When I say history-making, that means we've scored more points in the season than we ever scored. We have more wins than we ever have won, and we went further than we ever went. And Zach Prince is still, he is a finalist for Mr. Football.
Oh, wow.
And sometimes you just feel things in your gut. I just feel that Zach has a really good chance of bringing that award home. That'll be announced by the Titans coming up here in the next week or so. And we're just really hoping that that our Robertson County boy can bring home that trophy to East Robertson and to the county.
And so is that a state, like the entire state, Mr. Football?
Yes, ma'am. So we are
Okay.
2A. So he would be the 2A Mr. Football.
And
So there are six classifications. So there'll be six kids that win that in each one of their classifications.
okay.
In the public school classification, I believe there's 3 in the private school classification. So for each classification, there's an overall winner, a Mr. Football winner. So
Well, and you say that's from the Titans that do that?
well, the Titans are now sponsoring it.
Okay.
This is an award that's been going on for decades.
We'll see.
And now the Titans have kind of just put they kind of put their stamp and their sponsorship behind it, and they push it. And it brings a big honor, when it says, Tennessee Titans Mr. Football, State of Tennessee Mr. Football, it makes it sound a little bit more prestigious. But every kid, whether it's whatever sport that you play, there's people that want to be Mr. Basketball. There's people that want to be Mr. Baseball. That is just that moniker in itself. Those are things that you think about that you would like to win in your high school career. First thing is first, most kids want to win a state championship. Everybody wants to go to state. Everybody wants to win state. And then so when you have that team focus, that's what you're going after. And then, of course, the individual awards, which – sometimes people say they don't mean much, or definitely individual awards are secondary compared to your team awards. But when your team does achieve a lot, it's great for you to be recognized for your efforts. And the best thing I like about, we call him Z, his name's Zachariah, but one of the best things about Z is he'll be the first one to tell you that he had almost 200 carries, over 1,800 yards, and all of his touchdowns. He couldn't have done any of that without his teammates, without his coaches, and very humble kid, very life-centered kid. He is he's very contemplative. He's very thoughtful, and I know he likes to do his meditation. And so when you have a kid like that thoughts are always on the outside, it's really good to cheer for a kid like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And did you? And one other thing. I'm sorry, I'm so naive on this because I've heard Mr. Football, but I didn't really know the background on it. But and you say is it a seniors award or is it just a outstanding player award?
It's just an outstanding player award.
Okay.
You can actually there have been people who have won it, their junior and their senior year.
Oh, okay.
It's really an award for that season.
Okay.
There's a lot of times, of course, we see a lot of things when kids are going for this award. Coaches have to get their stats together and send it to other coaches, and we did that. NIxon Pro actually did that last year for Taylor Groves, sent it to coaches, and he didn't win Mr. Basketball. He did end up winning the state MVP of the tournament. But so this year, when it was time to get Z's stuff together, of course, NIxon Pro, we made the graphic for that, and we try to focus on this year only. There were some other players that had phenomenal careers from the time they were freshmen to the time they were seniors, and but at the same time, it's supposed to be just a one-year award type of thing.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Well, we'll continue to root him on and look forward to hearing the final result of that. So, with all that said, as that's our football recap. And what did you mention much about Springfield? I don't know. What happened with that?
Springfield lost the county, and so that ended their season ended the same night that ours did.
Right. I knew that they did, but I didn't know if you knew much about what happened with who beat them, or are they still in it, or anything like that.
I am not sure. I'd have to
Okay.
go look at Henry County. That was one of the things that as soon as that Friday night game was over, we made our shift and started working on a couple
Went to
of football
basketball.
things.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can
A couple basketball things, yeah.
maybe we can
And
talk
then
a
I
little
got
bit.
sick, and so yeah.
Listen, you don't have to tell me. I totally, everywhere you turn, we've got people that are under the weather. I have never seen it. I don't know if it's because I think maybe we're vaccine weary and a lot of people just kind of drug their feet getting their flu vaccine, or it may. A lot of people wait can get them, and it seems like the stuff kind of came through a little bit early this year. So hope you feel better. You got anything? What else do you think we need to cover? We've got about 5 more minutes before we'll see Brian and Tiffany slide in here.
For the people that are watching, and for the people that know that we're doing this, I'd love for you guys to spread the word to the other schools. I would love some contacts at other schools, Joe Burns, and we'll continue to try to do better with. We're reaching out to Jim and reaching out to Terrence Summers with Social Dweebs. I got some connections with Heritage. We would love somebody that can come on and maybe, or just give us some information about wrestling. Wrestling is definitely another sport on the middle school level and the high school level, which I tell people most of the time we're going to talk about high school sports here, and because that's one of the things that I focus on at East Robertson is I will do some broadcast of middle school stuff, but once they get to the tournaments, it's kind of like a rite of passage. Yeah, it's a rite of passage. Plus, I can't be everywhere at all times. So if we could just get some other people involved in getting us some information, especially about wrestling, we would love to report on that as well.
Very good, and that's just again, this is a start, guys. Whenever Jamie, first time he came in with Trent, we started talking a little bit about this, and it just planted a seed, and that's what we're trying to do, is plant some seeds, because this facility here, we want to be as plugged into the community as we possibly can, and the high school, the local sports, that is something that is really a staple for hometown radio, and we really am so excited to be able to start bringing that back. And so thank you so much, Jamie, for all that you do. I hope you get better, and we will look forward to having you in studio. Hopefully you'll be well, and get you back in studio here on Monday. And the young man again is from Robertson County Connection. What is his name again?
His name is Blaine.
So we'll have you and Blaine in here on Monday. Anything else before we start heading to the bottom of the hour here? You got a few more minutes if you have something to cover. So.
Well, no, Blaine Keller is his name, and Blaine does a great job, and always looking forward to those Mondays where he's going to come in, because he's going to have a lot of information to cover that hour. And so, yeah, we're just going to try to work from there and continue to make this thing grow.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, my friend. You have a great day, and I'll look forward to seeing you on Monday.
All right, we'll see you.
All right. Thanks so much. Jamie NIxon with NIxon Pro Media. If you have any kind of media needs, you can reach out to him, get graphic needs. If you need somebody maybe that'll take care of your social media and things like that, he is your guy. But get a hold of him and check him out today. Now we want to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team, my friends in real estate. What have you got going on as far as, do you have some property you're thinking about selling? Have you been wanting to buy and you just weren't able to get it together, and now the interest prices have doubled, and you're wondering, what am I going to do? Can I still buy? And it's a good question. And how much can you qualify for? You can probably qualify for less house now, but rather than wring your hands and wonder what to do, you need to just sit down and talk to some professionals that really understand it, and they know all the nuances when it comes to pulling up to the real estate table. Barry and Rebecca, they've been at this a long time, though. They both came out of other careers. Rebecca was a radiologist and got bit by the real estate bug a long time ago. She was one of the first in the area to be a seniors real estate specialist. Barry got bit probably because his wife did, and she brought him in and got him to switch over from being a marketer in a media marketing company for 17 years. He was vice president of that company, and he brings that talent, which is wonderful, because he's going to make sure people know that your property is for sale, that it is available, and he's going to make sure that it is seen in the absolute best light. He can do drone footage because he's a licensed and insured drone pilot. He does those 360-degree virtual reality walkthrough tours so people can walk through your home without having to walk through your home. It's great. And if you want to work with a great team, the best way to contact them is with a phone number, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. You can connect with them at sellwithbecky.com, or by BUYRobertsonCounty.com. We remind you that while they do specialize in Robertson County properties, they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state lineup. In Kentucky, they are my friends and your friends in real estate. Barry and Rebecca Richards with the Exit Realty Garden Gate team. Again, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Always tell them you turned sent ya. All right, Miss Tiffany Thomson is out there in the hallway. I saw her come in, so I don't know how I can get her attention. So there she is. Okay, come on, she can hear me. Sometimes people will come in and then they just kind of stand over here where I can't see them, and I'm so.
Got anybody in there?
Yeah, exactly. So, well, I had Jamie on via phone.
Oh.
So we have phone lines and all that kind of fun stuff. So, yeah. Well, where's your partner in crime today?
Out in the parking lot. I don't know what's going on.
Okay. All right. Well, he's probably having a school emergency or
Probably.
something. You know how that goes with the
Yes, I
kiddos.
know.
But Tiffany Thomson, I got to ask this because you told me the other day I had been putting a P in your name, and it's THOMSON.
Yeah.
So it's two O's.
THOMSON. Yeah.
Okay, so
Thomson.
Thomson.
Yep.
Thompson, not Thompson, Thomson.
Yes.
And I'm just having to reset my brain.
It's all good.
to
It really sounds
Thompson,
exactly the same.
but
so.
without the P.
Yeah, but you just.
Thomson.
Yeah.
But it's just, I'm, it's so funny. How are you doing?
Good.
Hi, I'm going down a rabbit hole.
I know. It's all good. It's been a couple weeks since we've seen you.
Happy Thanksgiving. Did you have a good one?
Thanks. It was quiet. We had friends that were going to come over, and they tested positive for COVID that morning. So.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, it was. It was just kind of one of those things. Bummer, but
Yeah.
Anyway, so
What do you do?
I decided I'm going to start putting out applications for extended family since we don't have any here. So I'm like, we need grandparents. Anybody grandparents want to apply? And my kids need grandparents out here, aunts, uncles, cousins. So you just let me know. We're accepting applications.
That's one of the things that people don't realize. When you move into a completely different area, yeah. Now, my family's just up in Mayfield, so it's not that far, but my husband's is like to Canada, south of Lake Superior. I mean, it's like a long way. And when we moved here to Nashville, if it hadn't been for our church, that's why I'm so tight with my church. They are my family, not just spiritually. They have been there for me again and again and again and again over the years. And so, my church family. So,
yeah.
But so reach into your church.
I should.
Your church people. You got people there. You got people there.
People there. It's just everybody's also got family. So I need all the people who don't have family. We'll create one.
My friends from Egypt, they all want me to be grandmother to their children because their grandparents are all back in Egypt. And that's the thing. I literally got, I've heard from 3 different families just in the last week, when are you coming to visit? Because I would normally try to get by there, every, I don't know, maybe a couple of months and just say hi. And now that I'm teaching, it's just impossible.
You got your own. Now you got a whole slew of grandkids.
Yeah, I got my grandkids, and then I got all these students that are becoming like children to me because I love them so much. I want to, if problems, fine. He's like moving the microphone around, and it needs to be kind of moved that way a little bit, but
it needs a screwdriver.
It's having some issues today. Anyway. Hi, Brian.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Up there.
How are you doing? Go ahead and talk. I think you may have come. I think we've come unplugged.
Here we go. Hello?
No, it's not working. But we may have to borrow a microphone. Unplug it and plug it back in. So I don't know. But try now.
Check.
No.
Check.
I don't know.
Hello.
Let me try this one. Go ahead and talk again.
Check.
All right. No, you're going to have to borrow with Miss Tiff.
You're going coffee. Y'all go ahead.
You just saw
He's been doing already.
That's just it. He's just
down
out
in the car
parking
drinking
lot
coffee. No, I'm just kidding.
having coffee. But
That's where you were. I'm like, I don't know. He's in the parking lot.
so get into the microphone for a minute. What? So do you have child drama?
Oh no, we're good. We skated in.
Okay.
when it's cold outside, everything moves a little slower.
Yes.
About it, so we were just a little behind this morning.
Okay,
So
I got you.
Everything is good.
Well,
Yes, everything is good.
I love hearing your kid drama.
Yes.
So anyway,
No, she's been doing great. I'm not gonna. No, it's not her fault. So we're just,
Okay.
we're just having a little bit of some stuff this morning. So it's all good.
did you have a good Thanksgiving?
I had an excellent Thanksgiving. So
Good.
Did y'all?
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We did. I mean, I was in Kentucky, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was,
We had the flu bug like everybody else.
Yeah, we did too. We did too.
I
And
think everybody in Robertson County had the flu. For
I'm telling you,
weeks,
for a few
We were
days.
no different. So
Yeah.
everybody's okay.
yeah, so very good. Well, glad to see you.
Good to see you.
So,
Carry on.
Thank you very much. And so we're going to
The
continue
best
on
when
with.
you get the flu on your break. When you already have days off, you don't get to take your sick days.
Oh, I know. That's my husband and I both kind of talked about the fact that it always seems to fall that way. It's when you have time, because we always have things we want to do around the house and we don't get them done because we're puny. And but anyway, and it's already like 7:34, and all we've done is just chit chat. So I guess
good
we
at
better
that.
get down to
Okay.
business. Tiffany Thomson is with us. I'm trying to get that name without the P in it.
all
But
good.
so what have we got going on? I know a little bit of everything. We're coming off the Thanksgiving food drive and all of those things.
Yeah, we
but
wanted to give a shout out to our community for sure. Like there's over 220 boxes donated. So when you do the math, that feeds like 880 people for Thanksgiving. And so we are super excited about that, and all the people. And it was kind of cool because I had a few people calling me that week. They're just like, "Hey, I'm in a bind. I'm not going to be able to do Thanksgiving." And I'm like, "Come on in. We've got boxes here for you." And so it's just really cool to see how grateful people were when they realized that they were going to be able to have a good Thanksgiving also. And and it wasn't just food for that meal. It was food for the weekend. It had spaghetti sauce, some pasta. And so it's just pretty cool to see the way the community showed up. It's hard for everybody right now. Like it's a lot of people are struggling. So to see what people could do, even though they're struggling themselves, it was a pretty amazing thing.
I love it. I love it. So thank you very much for everybody that participated in that. And there's just always so many good things, good opportunities, especially around the holidays to find out what's going on. And are y'all involved with any of the angel trees or anything like that? Anything that you?
Not United Way specifically. As a Kiwanis member, I'm involved in Kiwanis for Kids, and so
Okay.
we got.
How does that
coming up.
work?
So I think they're getting close to closing donation or applications. So if you are looking for Christmas for your kids, go to the Bransford Family Resource Center. Two of our Kiwanis members work there, and they've got a system to be able to take applications and stuff. And so you go there, get an application, fill that out, and then anybody who wants to donate, you can contact a Kiwanis member. I can give you more information on that if you want, but and you can either make a donation of a toy, or you can make a donation of money, and reach out and help these kids have a good Christmas. And it's hard because I've been friends with people who for one reason or another struggled during the holidays, and like it's hard because sometimes people donate just like my kid wants something that everybody else has, but that's they're getting something from the Dollar Tree. This is an opportunity to really give them something that's special and what other kids have, and so anyway, I'm pretty excited to see the way people have already been coming out and helping out. And
Very good.
like Brian has something to say.
Brian. Well, because okay. Well, she's your Kiwanis or Rotary?
I'm Kiwanis.
He's Rotary. Okay, pull that microphone over there to you. And so, what's Rotary doing? For
First
kids?
of all, we are helping with the Kiwanis. So we cross. So that's what we do.
Okay.
And then we have an ongoing project, which I so great. It's called Wheels in Motion, where we give a pair of bikes to every elementary school in the county, both fall and spring. And so we've got a couple of those actually coming up Friday right here before the holidays, which is nice, and something that we have that's ongoing for children throughout the year as a way to promote not just the Rotary and what we do and giving the bikes, but it's also like working with the schools to promote them listening to their teachers, making good grades, making all the right choices. Our motto is service above self. And so we look for kids when we're talking to the administrators that are going above and beyond in their classroom and putting themselves, helping out their fellow students, things like that. So we see some really cool stories. And so we do that year round. We don't need the holidays to tell us when to have to take care of kids. So that,
I'm just chomping at the bit to say my grandson got one of those up in Sumner County.
Really?
Yeah, remember we talked about he got a Wheels in Motion.
It's a really cool program.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just had to brag.
Now then, you go ahead now. So your grandson,
a big deal.
Why did he get one? Like, what was the reason?
I mean, his teacher said he's just set apart and he's just good to everybody.
What grade is he in?
He's a kindergartner. Yeah. So I mean, this is a kindergartner that's already, stepping. We're so proud of him. I'm so proud of all my kids and my grandkids. Awesome. But yeah, whenever he got that, I'm like, I know what that is. That's a big deal.
Well, it's the validation too of you're doing the right things.
Yeah.
And then so getting like the bike is great, but it's the recognition amongst your peers that even at the kindergarten level, it's like all these little things you're doing every day, like that matters. People notice that matters. I think it sets a good foundation for them going forward too. So that's awesome. And I'm just playing with Kiwanis. The toy thing is an incredible program. That's why we support it financially from the Rotary. Like they already have it in place. It would be pointless to have two things. So we just want to support their efforts and what they do because I think it's incredible what they do for our children.
Well, you got to remember that last year. They played a big part in what we did up in Mayfield after the tornado hit because we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary of that, and I was part of taking some Kiwanis kids stuff up to Mayfield, and so that was just an amazing thing that just overwhelmed. With the outpouring from the community, and Kiwanis was part of that for sure.
So it's been about a year
and Rotary
since the Mayfield thing. Was that about a year ago?
Yes, we're coming up on the 1 year.
Yeah.
It's I think it was the 10th. So that would put it a week from Saturday. Yeah,
wow.
I think it was on the 10th is when it happened, if I'm not mistaken.
You just think about that happening right at the holidays. That's, pretty devastating.
Yeah.
So
and people ask about what's going on with Mayfield and all the areas. I can speak to Mayfield, and they're just, one day at a time. I mean, there's still so many people that are just displaced from where they should be. The courthouse has finally been taken down. They left, the courthouse part of it up until really just in the last couple of months it's come down. It has been leveled. So, they're healing, and you just move on, and it's just never going to be the same.
How old was their courthouse? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know, but it was like the one here in Springfield that it's been used in movies. There's a Bruce Willis movie that about Vietnam that's the city that it was filmed in, and because I remember when he was in town, and I was already in college, but I mean it was back then. So, but yeah. So, and I've heard rumors that they're going to try to recreate it in some way and make it very iconic looking, and but it was beautiful. It was beautiful red brick with the I don't know what you call it in the center. It kind of goes up, and it's just very very cool old courthouse.
Yeah.
But the historic district all gone. So I've said this, and if you've listened, imagine being in Springfield, the entire downtown square getting wiped out, the entire square, and the entire historic district with all the old homes.
It'd be devastating.
Gone.
Devastating.
That's exactly what happened to Mayfield. So, but we're coming up on the anniversary. It'll be a week from Saturday. So
yeah.
Pray for everybody. It'll be, I don't know, but they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Time marches on, man. You just keep moving. So what else have you guys got going that you're here to promote? Now, we just did Laundry Love. Remind me what day of the month that comes up.
It's the third Friday. So we're getting ready to do it again. And in December, in the past, they've always done like a drive to go with it to help the people who use Laundry Love to replace some of their linen. So like if you've got any gently used or new bed sheets, towels, tea towels, whatever, to help replace it. I don't know about anybody else, but we go through those things at my house. So, and it's always a fresh towel. There's nothing like a brand new towel. So, so we are kind of doing a drive for that. You can drop things off at the United Way office, or bring them the morning of Laundry Love. I think it's the 15th this month. I'll have to look, but anyway, so yeah, that is a big thing. And I met with, so United Way doesn't do laundry, isn't over Laundry Love, but I've kind of stepped in and helped out with that. And so Cope actually is the one who holds our finances and everything for that program. And I met with them the other day. We've got 2 months worth left of money. So if we get no more donations, we can only do this for 2 more months. And so that's a big need right now too. So it will be on the 16th.
Okay.
And so that's a big need right now is, well, number one, the linens and all that stuff, but we really need donations to keep this program going. And the great thing about the program is that it's a beautiful thing to be able to put on clean clothes. Like you take it for granted, but if you've ever gone camping for a long period of time and you come home and you take that shower and you put on those clean clothes, imagine not being able to have that feeling whenever you want. And so it's a very important program. So
very good.
What does it cost to run 1 month?
it's costing us lately about $1,300
per month, about $1,300 per month. And so this is a good appeal to put out there because a lot of the times at the end of the year, you're thinking your taxes and you're like, I think I'd like to make one more donation. I'd like to do this because it's going to help me on my taxes. Here you go. There's one for you right there because it's a nonprofit. You can deduct it, and they're right here at the end of the year, just in time for the IRS.
Well, and along those same lines, like United Way is also a great place to donate money. I'll put a plug in for Brian. United Way is awesome place.
Is that what he does?
That's his job. He's the moneymaker. He helps gather everybody's donations so that we can put them to the best use. And so, anyway, United Way is also a great place because we have a process to go through of who is the most in need and who needs it the most. And so, but there's also lots of really good organizations out there. If you need a place to donate and you don't really, you want something close to your heart, but you're not sure what's out there for it, give me a call and we'll talk about it.
That's wonderful. And why don't you slide the mic over there to Brian? Do you have a hero of the week that we can talk about?
Well, we kind of touched on it earlier, but we don't get to come in the week after we got finished with our Give Thanks program. But all the folks that participated in Give Thanks this year and helped us, I think this is our 4th year doing it, from a financial standpoint, from volunteering their time to help us move boxes, to those that brought boxes by from their church, individuals, everybody involved that went into this, that did it with such a gracious heart. We just are so thankful for this and the outpouring of what Tiffany and I were talking. It kind of came together a little later this year than other years, and I think it was the same way throughout Middle Tennessee for some reason. But when it did come, it poured on us, and so just the outpouring of support, we're just so thankful for. And so our heroes of the week, just all those that selflessly worked and donated so that some families would be able to have a nice Thanksgiving weekend and be able to feed their families. And it's an ongoing problem, as we know, but for one weekend, hopefully some people were able to enjoy that and have a nice meal with their families. And then the cupboard was stocked and the refrigerator had good food in it. And we're just so thankful for those people that made that happen. And there's too many to list, but it was just like they just keep coming out of the woodwork. And it's like, I want to help. And anybody that we talk to about it, it was they get it. I think food insecurities, and we've talked about this before, some of the things that United Way covers is pretty intricate as far as like trying to take someone that's in a bad situation and get them through all the stages that they need to be in to get in a better situation. Like if you're not in social work or you don't understand how the process works, not having food at home to eat for your family, I think we've all been there with the budget's a little tight, and particularly this year. I think I read on average a Thanksgiving meal, just the meal, was $20 more per meal this year from 21. So last year the average price was like $46, and this year it was like $66 for just the Thanksgiving meal. And so the grocery bill has crunched all of us. And
I'm surprised it's not more than that.
Yeah,
quite frankly, I thought it would be even higher.
I read that on Twitter, so don't hold me to it.
Yeah,
but could I mean, we've all been shopping.
Twitter world.
We know it's expensive.
Yeah, at least that.
And we've seen it. So just the people that came out and supported and meeting our goal, exceeding our goal, and being able to distribute that through our wonderful partners and United Ministries and Family Resource Center, and then Open Door distributed some for us too, Open Door Pregnancy. So thankful to everybody that was involved in it. I think it went really smooth here. Tiffany did a wonderful job kind of putting everything out there and throwing it. I mean, it did come together a little later this year for all of us, but when it came right. So thank you for everybody. We just really appreciative. And hopefully we'll continue to grow this program. I think people look forward to it now, and it's
Mm-hmm.
something that will be around hopefully for a long time. So
Awesome,
Yep.
awesome. And I want to keep him kind of, because I'm getting ready to do my sponsor.
Uh-oh.
And you can imagine what it is.
It's the Connect.
It's Cumberland. I want to know what's.
We are so that they are tying it off. Literally, so I live off of near in Coopertown. If you go back behind the school, Battle Creek, for anybody that's familiar with that area, is the main road. It's a country road, but it's the road that leads back to our house. I've seen multiple Connect trucks tying it off to people's houses. I'm no less than a mile from there. So
wow.
we're tasting it as I pay $94 to Spectrum, and it's going in and out. I'm trying to do Zoom calls still at home, and I'm like, I am so close to ditching you. And it's been fine. I'm very thankful that we had internet. Some people did not. But Connect, come on with it. We're ready. They told us by the end of the year, so we're right on schedule with what they told us. And so they haven't overpromised anything. But we're ready for you.
Yeah, and same here. And I've been, pestering Caitlin to pieces because I'm like, where are we? And she's like, end of the year, first of the year. I mean, it's that because they're the coil of wires. They're on the post, and
it's like
I've
teasing you.
Yes, it really is because this is the time of the year. I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm not at home much, but we're about to come into the season where I'm very excited that I found a series that I want to watch that I can sit down.
Cold outside. You don't
Yeah. And I've got something that I have discovered. I'm like, I want to watch that. It's Pole Dark. I don't know if any of you guys have seen that. Oh my goodness, I'm so
about some pole
No, but anyway, so I love all that stuff. But anyway, so we found that the other day, but I have to be able to stream it. And two, I talk a lot about taking pictures. I've got a bunch of Christmas mini sessions I've done, and I'm gonna have to, as I get ready and edit them and put them all together. Guess where I'm gonna be this weekend? Uploading pictures to Dropbox. I'll probably be sitting right here in this studio because I can't do that from home because my internet is terrible, and I pay $65 for terrible internet. I'm going to pay $80 and get a gig, 1,000 megabits per second. I cannot wait. This is coming to your neighborhood. If you are a Cumberland Electric customer, get ready. You got high-speed internet. Going to be knocking on your door very, very soon. If you have questions, a good way to find out more is go to www.cumberlandconnect.org/workshops. Again, that's www.cumberlandconnect.org/workshops. You can go to the workshop and ask them the questions. You can get online to the website. Put your zip code in, and they'll tell you exactly what to expect when they're projected to be in your neighborhood. It's awesome. You're going to love it. I cannot wait. Everybody that I know that has it, they're just, they forgot what it's like to not have internet. And I want to be that person.
Yeah.
I want to be that person too. And so does Brian. So we're ready.
My mom, they've had AT&T basically.
Yeah.
They got it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Every time I talk to her, she brags about her internet. That's fantastic. I could get annoying at this point.
Yeah.
She listens somewhere, so she could like let that go a little bit. But they're just excited because they can. Everything's a streaming world we're in now, and the grandkids are over there. She can stream stuff for them, and it's great. But also, I always want to say this: they are a proud United Way partner as well. They completed their campaign this year, and also have provided some grant money that's been out there for us that Susie Yonkers, who is their community development person, who is amazing, is kind of, when that comes through, she thinks about us a lot. And so they provided $500 towards our Give Thanks program as well here in Robertson County. And so just an amazing company that really supports their community and is providing us with great internet. So
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for your help on that ad.
I hope to have a first-hand testimonial soon. Like after the new year, I'll come in here and I will tell you, we were streaming 18 different things. I was on a Zoom call. It was amazing. We were flying in there. So
that'd be great.
But it is true, like the wintertime when you're in the house, and your kids are in the house, and work stuff is still going on, and my wife uses a lot of bandwidth upstairs with her state stuff that she has to do. It's needed. So it's becoming an increasingly something that we're relying on. So it's nice to have it here locally.
Very good. Very good. All right, hand it back off to Tiff.
For $80, like we pay. I mean, we have really good internet because I got 5 kids at homeschool from home, and I often work from home. But we pay with Xfinity like $140.
You're kidding.
So,
that's crazy.
TV too.
You need to move in.
Just internet, but I mean we stream everything.
Wow.
We do. I mean it works well. but it's
Yeah.
$140. So.
Wow. I mean, value, guys. You want to move into an area that's covered by Cumberland Electric? So
Yes,
you
I
can
do. I'm like,
Anyway, but we're excited. We're excited, and they're a partner here at 1 Street Over, and we thank you so much for being a part of that Cumberland Connect. But anyway, so what else you got there for us, Tiff?
well, this Saturday we're going to be out at what was it called, Christmas on Main Street with Cross Plains. So come by and see me. One of the things that we promote when we do events like that is our 2-on-1 service. And I don't know if we've talked about that recently. So I thought I'd kind of bring that up, especially at this time where people are like, I mean, I don't know about you. I got a surprise bill for $800 yesterday. And I got an email from the YMCA that they're raising their rates. And I got like a public announcement from the city that, energy is not going to be cheap this winter. And I'm starting to like panic a little bit. So if there are other people out there panicking, 211 is a fantastic program. So you just call 211 like you would call 911, and you can tell them your problem, and they will help direct you to the services that can help you with whatever, so like if you don't have food, they'll probably direct you to United Ministries or, those types of things. And so it's a nationwide program ran by the United Way. And we work really hard at keeping that up to date. So if you're not in 211, you run a nonprofit, you're not in 211, please get a hold of me. I actually have a meeting about it tomorrow to make sure that our Robertson County agencies are all in there so that we can help you out. So anyway, I just want to kind of put a plug in for that. And then the event this weekend. Anybody else going to the parade? Cross Plains?
The Cross
Saturday?
Plains Parade?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll get because the choral concert is this weekend too. Yes, the candlelit choral concert for
That's amazing.
Willow Oak. I love the fact that our director of schools is in it. Oh, he's singing. Dr. Kazi's singing it. Yeah, him and his bride. And so I think that's awesome. But so it's at 2 and 7 at the middle school. So we want to remember that. And I forget is this the weekend that the Christmas lights kick off at the park here?
That's the 9th.
That's the
The
9th. Yeah, we got
yep.
another week for that. That's right. I'm so sorry, Terry. Terry's like, no, we're not ready, LeBron.
Tell them come on out.
Yeah. Hollywood, I ain't going to do you wrong. I'm not going to do you wrong, Hollywood. But anyway,
Yeah,
so we got another week before the Christmas lights open up. But they're going to have carriage rides on the downtown square on my 60th birthday. On the 8th.
Your 16th birthday.
I can't believe I'm turning 60. But anyway,
I thought you said 16th. I was like, yeah, that's believable.
Do what now?
I thought you said 16th birthday.
60th.
60th.
60th. One of my students said, so a week from today, I will be 60. And Tommy Marsh, if y'all met the Blues Cricket Eye, he turned 60 on Tuesday. So we kept saying we're going to have a party. He's having one. He's throwing himself a birthday party up at Papa Turney's up in Mountain Juliet's barbecue place where he plays on Saturday nights. And so now he's. I told him, I had him in last week. I said we got to have a party. So he's having himself a 60th party the days he's working, But it'll be fun. I guarantee. I was like, we may go, but it'll be fun. So go. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Basically, that's what we're talking about. That's all the stuff happening next week. You've got the things happening this week at Cross Plains. If you want to put in something too, this is something Ace brought in. This is, if you see these codes around town, you can scan that and you can fill out a survey about some of the tourism things. I want to go ahead and put I saw y'all looking at that. That's what that's all about. That's Ace came in. We finally got her in after that long sabbatical. But
I filled out my survey last night.
I'm going to do that hopefully this weekend.
It's a little bit longer than I thought. They really want your opinion on a lot of things. So
okay.
It was beautiful. I was really happy to do it, and so I'm gonna make my husband do it too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're talking with our friends from United Way. They are the bridge builders into the nonprofits. 211 is a number that you need to hand out. When I was at the Benevolent Center, I handed that out all the time just for people when they're trying to find help with, I can't pay my utility bill, this, and you point them, and that's where you go to find services, and it's wonderful. So
absolutely.
Very good. What else have you got for us?
Today we turn the calendar. It's December. And so I was just thinking about the United Methodist Church. The first Saturday of each month, they have a community breakfast.
Oh, that's right.
For everybody's involved, and there's showers provided. So if you know anybody who needs a shower, that's another one of those things that I take for granted, that I can just stumble out of bed and hop into my bathroom and take a shower, and it's just like I said, the best way I can even imagine what it would be like is when I get back from camping for a week, and that shower just means everything to me. So they have showers provided, but also my father's house is really in need of volunteers.
Yes.
Especially female volunteers. They have so many openings for us to pitch in and help out. But they are doing great work. And I don't know if you've been to the new location.
I have not, but Charlene was in yesterday.
Oh, I see.
Pastor Charlene. I didn't know she was a pastor.
Yeah.
I had no idea, but yeah, anyway, so.
Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to put a plug in for them too. They're doing great work. We went out, took my teenager out there, and we went and did a devotional.
Awesome.
And fed him some breakfast. And anyway, it's really cool. And so yeah, if you've got some time and you can sleep there, it's volunteering while you sleep. Can it get any easier than that? Yeah. It's fantastic. So anyway, so there are lots of ways that we can help people. It's cold out there.
Yes, it is.
And if you don't have shelter in a home, that's a big deal. So
All right then. Anything else?
yeah, also the first Monday of every month, so that'll be the next Monday. NAMI meets, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. They meet at TriStar, so they're looking for more people to come and volunteer and help facilitate that. And so, if that's something you'd like to get in, if you've been touched by mental illness, or have family or friends that have been struggling with it, which all of us either have it or know somebody who does, or both, then that's a great place to get involved. Right now, it's just like we need all hands on deck here in Robertson County. There's so many needs for volunteers and donations. If you are being called, you feel like you're hearing my voice right now and you're like, I want to pitch in, but I don't really know how or where or what my talents can be used the best, please give me a call. My number is 615-780-2511. Again, that's 615-780-2511. You can text that number, you can call that number, and we can find a way for you to pitch in. I've been getting a lot of calls lately. What should my kid do for their Tennessee Promise hours? They're starting to feel like, oh wait, we probably should pay attention to this. And so I've been helping connect some seniors with Tennessee Promise projects and stuff. So if you're in that situation,
Awesome.
happy to help.
Very good. Well, we're out of time. Do you have any parting thoughts there, Mr. PUlley, before we head off?
No, there is one more thing. Tomorrow morning, if you're in the Coopertown area, our church, Coopertown Church of Christ, is doing a free curbside breakfast. Come by, get your sausage biscuit, orange juice, get fed on Friday. You can get fed in church on Sunday if you want to come get your faith fed there.
Come get fed.
Come get fed. If you're out with your kids, it's like, I forgot breakfast, slide by, see us. We'll be
I love it. Awesome. Very good. Awesome. Good to see all you guys too. We good? Everybody got it covered. I will see y'all next week, and tomorrow is Faith Friday. Looking forward to checking in with Miss Gwen Harder tomorrow and all our friends. Thank you for joining us. This is 1100 WSGI.
I'm Ron Jordan with your local news from WSGI.